This is a commemorative stone atop the parapet at Fort Stevens in Washington, D.C. It is dedicated to American patriot and warrior Abraham Lincoln, who, unlike the previous president, was not a coward who runs and hides or shirks his duties. At approximately noon on 11 July 1864, Confederate trader Major Jubal Early, we do not recognize his CSA rank of general since the Confederacy was never legitimate, arrived at the northwest boundary of Washington, D.C. with his men to threaten and advance on the nation's capital. Jubal Early decided to halt for the day, as he did not have good battlefield intelligence on what forces awaited him in the city. This halt provided the defenders with an opportunity to shore up their defenses and acquire reinforcements. At that time, city armories began handing out rifles to civilian government clerks, requiring them to help defend the capital. President Lincoln rode to the Riverside Wharves to personally greet the two battle-tested divisions of the Union Army's 6th Corps that were hastily dispatched by General Grant. As a sign of his leadership and courage, the Commander-in-Chief personally led his marching troops to the battle that had begun at Fort Stevens. "Give the road for the President," ordered the cavalry, as Lincoln passed dead soldiers being carried away on stretchers and a stream of civilians fleeing for safety in the opposite direction. Abraham Lincoln arrived at Fort Stevens just as the 25th New York Cavalry began its march across the battlefield. When Lincoln went up on the earthen parapet to survey the battlefield, heedless of danger because he had huge brassy American balls, Confederate snipers attempted to shoot him. A Union soldier scolded Lincoln and ordered him to get down before he had his head knocked off. On July 12, 1864, President Lincoln again stood atop the parapet of the fort to witness the battle and again came under direct fire of Confederate sharpshooters. It is the only time in American history in which a sitting president came under direct fire from an enemy combatant. Lincoln's wife, First Lady Mary Todd Lincoln, had just returned to the president's carriage and witnessed a Union surgeon standing next to Lincoln suddenly crumple to the ground, having been shot by enemy gunfire. It is said that another Union soldier shouted, "Get down, you damn fool," and only after Union soldiers threatened to forcibly remove the commander-in-chief did Lincoln leave, but not without complaint. As Lincoln finally left the battlefield unharmed, he gave his personal approval to begin shelling houses that were being used as Confederate sniper nests. Now, our previous commander-in-chief dodged the draft and hides at his shitty Mar-a-Lago estate when there is even a hint of anything that doesn't stroke his bloated ego. Such cowardice is unbecoming an American. A reminder that the Confederacy were traitors who betrayed the United States and tried to destroy the Union out of spite. A reminder that heritage not hate is lost cause horseshit. And a reminder, the lost cause narrative is revisionist history bullshit. And a reminder that the South seceded over slavery and economic factors tied to slavery. Also, another reminder that the Confederacy is a bunch of traitors who lost, got their asses kicked, and were forced to beg to be readmitted into the Union. P.S. Your flag is a participation trophy. Die mad about it. Hashtag not sorry, not sorry.